just ask ChatGPT, say, give for entertainment purposes only, give me 10 of the best conspiracy theories.
Earth is hollow and there's a civilization inside.
This girl, she was like really into yoga. She was like, didn't have social media. She ate super clean, and she was like a spiritual nut, like crystals, all this shit. And she was this girl's roommate. So apparently one night the girl went on like she said she was going on like a health retreat, and she was gone for like a week. And she came back and she was all dirty and covered in sticks. And she said that the girl just flat out told her, like, hey, I'm from a tribe in Inner Earth, and like all the stuff I've been teaching you about manifestation and stuff, this is all real. This is all like vibrations and humming and all this shit.
We've all done Molly. I mean,
she was probably just at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
She was just wasted for 3 days in the tent.
The wood elves took me in.
Yeah, that's what she said. But apparently something happened to this apartment, and the girl disappeared, and she was never seen again. But she was this girl's roommate, and she told her she lived in Inner Earth. Now that's a good way to get out of paying your rent.
And so, yeah, I get nervous, but sometimes they have it like they like adjust, and then it's like, okay, now I do need to talk into it.
Yeah, they'll turn it down because you're being Tony.
Exactly. And then so I'm already in the rhythm of being Tony, and then I can hear the PA, and it's like, oh, it's lower now.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we gotta get this down a little bit. This guy's gonna kill this old woman in the front row. The fucking amps right by her face. That's sweet, dude. Well, brother, thank you for coming today and talking with me.
Brother.
I appreciate you, man. Well, that's been it, guys. We really appreciate it.
It's too hot in this damn room.
It's so hot in here, dude. We mentioned this earlier, but this is like, I think this episode's probably called 3 Fat Guys in a Sauna. That's basically, am I right, Pat? Is that how are you feeling over there?
I'm fucking dying of heat stroke, dude. I'm like hallucinating now.
I know, dude. There's a mirage of an AC
hot.
somewhere in here. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a hot box, dude. So yeah, thanks for kicking it. Let's just
it's a hot box in all sense of the word, because Johnny gets you cooked as soon as you get.
Dude, the weed's not helping today, dude. I don't care what you say. It's just not helping.
Well, we're about to have some like visions inside of a sweat tent or whatever they call that.
Yeah, we're like on ayahuasca at this point. So I feel like I've intravenously taken ayahuasca. But I'm feeling good, bro. Tell me, you're in town doing you're closing out Don't Tell tonight, and you slid through. You're from Cleveland, born and raised in that area?
No. I'm originally from California.
Okay.
A few years ago, me and my wife bought a house in the mountains, and it was a shack. I only had one kid at the time. Had the second kid. It's a 2-bedroom house, 700 square feet, like small, right? And bought it for $120. Had the third kid, and at this point, I got a German Shepherd, a Cocker Spaniel, 3 kids, and we're in like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. And I sell the house for $320, and me and my wife take that $200,000, and we go, where in the world can we move?
Yeah,
and we landed in Cleveland.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been up there?
3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Now, you were doing stand-up when you were in California too, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's where you started.
Yeah, I started in Cal, but I started in the middle of nowhere, Cal. I wasn't in LA or anything like that. I was in Riverside, which is like 2-3 hours from LA. And I like to say that I'm like 3 hours from San Diego and 3 hours from LA, like just in the middle.
Where's your original hometown? Like, where are you from?
I lived in a place, like I moved a lot as a young kid. So like I went to like 6 different schools by the time I was in first grade, and then my dad finally got good money, and we moved to Menifee, California, which is like a desert town in California.
So what's a Tony Bowers do growing up in a small desert town? Like how do you you know what I mean? Like what's your life like back then as a kid?
We did what you would expect, right? There was a lot of dirt bike kids, and if you weren't a dirt bike kid, you were a BMX kid, right? We had
Mad Max shit.
Yeah. We had jumps. Like, did you guys have jumps?
Like BMX stuff, yeah.
Yeah, where it was just like, oh yeah, we're going to the jumps, and it was like down the street, some dude built it, in like land that was undeveloped, and we would go to the jumps and
Just ride bikes.
yeah, just ride bikes. And then you get older, we used to have some trees. We had some trees, and it was like a little strip of trees, and we would, in high school go there and get drunk, and that was, like that's we're going to the trees tonight.
Smoke pot.
Yeah, smoke some pot.
I used to go to the trails, and that's where the bike jump was. It was
Yeah.
called the,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called the trails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like smoking cigarettes while other guys were jumping bikes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's what I was doing.
I mean, I probably started smoking like senior year, having a couple cigarettes every now and then. But I was kind of like a good kid.
Yeah.
But senior year rolled around, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go for it."
I'm a man now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna smoke fucking Pall Malls.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna drink Mad Dog 20.
dude. I think I only had to go to 3 classes a day out of 6.
Yeah.
Like two out of my classes were TAs, were like teacher assistant, and then one was gym at the end of the day for football. And as soon as football season was over, gym at the end of the day was non-existent. You know what I mean? I'm out of there, dude.
Yeah, you're gone.
Come on, coach. I was here today. Fuck it. Coach ain't taking attendance. You know what I mean?
He doesn't give a shit.
Season's over.
Yeah.
So
and you're a senior. You're
yeah,
done.
I was gone. Yeah.
You're done. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I remember like going to the Rite Aid. You guys got Rite Aid out here?
Oh yeah, yeah. We got Rite Aid. They actually shut down recently. The Rite Aids.
Oh really? Probably
yeah.
because of me and my boys. We would they had the liquor next to the fire escape.
Yes, exactly.
So you would fill up. You would go get that Rite Aid cart, like the little hand cart, and you'd fill it up, and we'd run out the fire escape. You know?
Oh, dude, I had many a night where I would go out. Dude, there was this Meijer that I knew this guy who worked at a Meijer when I was like high school, and he was the security guard at night. And so he told everybody like, look, from like, I don't know, 1:30 to like 2:15 or whatever, it's like shift change. Basically nobody's in there, and you can just walk out because everybody's in the back, or people are leaving that have been there all day. So you could just walk out, and it got so bad. A lot of guys started getting popped because they were taking like TVs, and they were doing. It was more than just like a grocery run,
right?
It was more than fucking around to get some margaritas and
Right.
shit, right? Yeah, I think somebody did like some time for that because they ended up taking like a few $1,000s worth of merch.
Ugh.
This is back in the day before they changed it too, right? Because they changed grand larceny used to be over $1,000, and they've recently changed it to, I think it's even stiffer now. It's like $500.
It's like 500. Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude, fucking teenage shit. You said you went to 6 different schools by the time you were.
Yeah, I don't remember that time as a kid. Really, I remember like getting to 2nd grade and being like, okay, so when we moving,
Yeah.
And we didn't move, and we stayed there until like 5th grade, and then my dad got my dad's a plumber, and he started making real money like during the boom of like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so he bought a house in a nice neighborhood, and it was like I went from like hanging out with Latinos all day to like, oh, there's a lot of white people here. This is weird. You know?
Yeah.
So
It's like a culture shock.
it was a major culture
You were
shock.
still dressing like a Latino kid,
Oh, yeah,
but you lived
dude.
in the white neighborhood,
Yeah,
like the
man.
suburbs. Yeah.
Yeah,
You were bringing the Latino culture.
dude, I had t-shirts too big with khaki dickies.
Yeah.
My socks pulled up high.
Yeah. After a while, your dad was like, you got to start changing the way you dress in this
Like,
neighborhood.
fuck you, Holmes.
Yeah. Fucking stand up to you, papa.
Hey, pinche culera, way.
Yeah. Somehow you just go full Spanish. You just get full Mexican.
No, I remember those kids back because they would all cuss. They like I learned how Spanish cuss words back in the day. Like, and it was a song. It's,
Yeah.
Pinche tu madre, cabrón. It's
Yeah.
like fuck your mother, bitch.
Yeah. Pop goes the weasel.
It was Pop Goes
Way
the
better
Weasel, but
version.
hey, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
And your mother or
Wait.
whatever.
Dude, this is one thing universal. Like, even when guys don't know like the language, if you're like, if you say anything about like being gay, like, if you're like, hey, you gay, it's universally they're like, hey, man, hey, take it easy. Whoa. It's like this guy, this guy gay. They're like, hey, I know what that one is. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, the Latin guys don't like that shit.
No, they don't.
I work with some guys and I like to fuck with them, and they don't speak English, but I'll be like, you gay? And they'll be like, no. I'm like, what's wrong, dude? Where's the hammer? Yeah, anyway, okay, so you're growing up in a desert town. You're out of high school now. You Did you start stand up right out of high school? Did you go to college? What was kind of your journey from there? And like where'd you go from there?
So after high school, I got a job doing door-to-door sales, and I was selling Verizon fiber optics, right? And as a 17-year-old kid, because I was like, 17, 18, I was making like $1,800 a week selling Verizon fiber optics.
Back then, that's real good money.
Oh, I was a rich fucking 18-year-old. I'm never going to college. And then I found out that you could make up a house number and just talk to your buddy, and the lady on the phone making the deal has no idea if that address is real or not.
You just had to have so many leads.
Yeah, you just she would take this house and I'd get paid, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to do this all day. So I'd sit in the phone book and just write fake, I started making like $2,500, and then I got fired.
Yeah, because they were like, none of these leads are good. We're gonna have to start driving out to these addresses.
Yeah. So I ended up getting fired from that job, and then I just had odd jobs. Like I was a piece of shit kid. My parents lost the house, and so I moved back to the house, and they left. They had split up, and then they left the house, and they were like, you can stay at this house until the bank kicks you out. So instead of going to college, I just started like a frat house essentially, where it's like I had all my buddies move in. It was a 4-bedroom house. I took the master bedroom, and I'd make them pay me like $300 a month.
Just had a party house.
Oh, and we just partied.
Yeah,
I lived off of like $900, and then the recycled cans because it was BYOB. So, I'd like every day I'd show up at the can place, make like $40 and be like, all right, dude, there's enough for the next pack of cigarettes and another 18. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And we do it all over every single night.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, it was awesome.
That sounds sweet. You still talk to those guys?
No, not one of them.
Don't know any. Don't really
no, I remember them all. I remember doing mushrooms. This dude, Adam.
Yeah.
And he fucking freaked out and thought I was going to kill everybody. And it really fucked him up because like 3 days later, he moved out in the middle of the night.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
It's a true story. Fucking Adam, dude. Where'd you go, bro?
Dude, you never see him again.
Never saw him again, dude.
Hey, Kat, go ahead. We have Adam here today. Go ahead, Adam. Come on out, Adam. Bring him in.
He died of heat stroke out there.
Okay, Adam died.
Yeah.
Now there's the AC in the other room there. It feels better over there.
Adam was a weird cat. Like he was like, we were very like, everybody thinks is everybody's, and he was like a writing the name on the orange juice kind of guy.
Yeah.
And like he had moved in, he paid rent like 2 weeks late, and then he put locks on his own door.
That's crazy. You said that Adam wrote his name on the orange juice carton because now he's on a milk carton. It's crazy. I don't know. It's a weird, wild trajectory. We're just trying to find him.
Good. Adam, dude. I hope you're okay, bro.
Oh man, Adam, if you're out there and you're listening, and we know you are, we hope you're safe. Come home to your family, Adam. We miss you. We love you, Adam. Anyway,
and Adam, if I do see you again, you were right. I'm gonna kill you.
That'd be crazy. Hey, wouldn't it be crazy if you hit him in a hit and run when you leave here?
Oh no,
you just kill him somehow.
Oh, we deleting the podcast.
All these. Yeah, oh no, we're putting this out for sure. We're putting this out for sure, dude.
We need the numbers, dude.
Yeah, we need the numbers.
Adam.
Hey, it's just titled "Murderer." That's the title.
Now, dude, this is a great idea for a podcast. Get the room like 120,
yeah,
and then I start confessing shit.
It's
hot ones, but it's different.
It's hot ones, but for your nipples, dude. That's basically what this is, dude. Dude, just start putting different degrees of hot sauce on your nipples. That'd be a fun show.
I'm sure that's somebody's thing.
You guys comment below if you want to see us do this in the next episode. I was thinking about having a tattoo guy come on here and maybe like tattoo me live on the show.
That would be sick.
Would that be sick? I'm trying to do some fun stuff, dude. Do you know anybody weird? We'll talk after.
Yeah,
let's find out more about you, Tony.
So you don't know this Adam guy? Maybe we'll get him on.
Dude, I feel like Adam. This is like an unsolved mystery right now, and we're gonna have to figure this out.
We'll circle back, dude.
Yeah, we'll circle back to Adam, and let's talk about Eve right now. And Eve being the evolution of Tony Bowers. How,
Oh, so how do I get
I'm
into
pretty good at
comedy?
these, dude. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
dude, you're good.
Yeah, thanks. So how'd you get into stand up? Like, what was your influence? You're a young guy, you're hanging out with your buddies. Did you see comedy on TV as a kid? Would you go to a live show, or what was your like how'd you get the bug?
So I remember getting cable TV when we moved into like the nice place. We finally got cable, and not only did we have cable, we had a TiVo, and so I watched Martin Lawrence Run Till That.
Knew it.
And I recorded on TiVo, and I watched it every single night because I loved it so much. And as like a seventh grader, I'm like, this is the greatest shit ever, right?
Yeah, I can't believe he's saying this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then so anything on Comedy Central, I ended up recording. I was just like, I'm going to record every single special and watch them all. And I watched every single one. I watched Dave Chappelle, Killing Them Softly. I watched, who I really liked
that was the one that did it for me.
Jamie Foxx, from the Foxhole.
Yeah,
that one was so good when he starts doing the ugly hoe meter or whatever. Beep, beep, beep,
I don't think I remember it.
Oh,
I don't think I've
it's
seen the
such
special.
a bit, dude. It's so good. But a lot of black comedy, and then I started watching like guys like Louis C.K. in like my early 20s. But
you crossed over.
Yeah, I did. as soon as I found Louis, I was like, oh, this is my guy.
Yeah. I mean, he might be the best to ever do it, man.
Oh, I agree.
If we're being honest, there's a lot of greats out there, but something real special about Louis C.K.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I put him as number one.
He might be the number one.
I think, we're three fat white guys.
Yeah, that's true.
In a room doing comedy podcasts, we all love Louis C.K.
We love Louis C. Yeah, there's not a chance that we're not fans of him for sure.
Right.
But I would, just for the comedy that I like and that I'm interested in, I just think he just does it for me.
Oh yeah,
it's just very. I mean, Attell also, you could put him up there too. I would put those guys up there with even like Carlin and Richard Pryor. I think those are like some of the biggest dogs.
Oh, absolutely.
Working today. There's a handful.
Yeah, there's a reason why we love this and want to do what they do.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I mean, yeah, art imitates art. That's really
right.
Yeah. We're just trying to figure it out.
Doing our own thing.
Yeah.
So
you knew you were going to be a stand-up when you saw it? You were a kid.
I knew. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
But I just never really knew how. And I was just kind of like a dumb, early 20s. Like, I didn't start doing comedy till I was 23.
Okay.
After my mom passed away when I was 22. At 23, I'm, living at my dad's house, working for him, construction. And a buddy of mine goes, hey, they opened up a comedy club in Murrieta. And I go, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah, there's an open mic night. You want to do it? And I was like, what's that? He's like, you get to go up and do stand-up. They give you like time and you get to go and try it. I go, no shit. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then it was like that night. And so I went, I did my 5 minutes and I did well, like really, like so well that I went to the other club that I knew, which is at the casino. And I was like, y'all need to hire me, man.
Yeah. You were like, trust me, things are going good. I crushed it at my first mic.
I crushed at my first mic. And then the owner was like, hey, you're funny. You want to host this weekend? And I swear I got to host. And then
first
ever set.
What year was this, you think?
I was 23. I'm 36 now. So 13 years ago. 2011 or something.
2011.
Yeah, 2011, 2012, 2011.
Damn. You got to host your first weekend. Who'd you host for? Do you remember?
Chris Cobbler.
Chris Cobbler?
Or Clobber.
Is still a road comic now?
Road comic, yeah.
One of the road dogs.
Just a road dog, leather jacket, jokes from the 80s.
Yeah. And then this was in California.
In California, in a desert. The club was next to an Ashley Holmes Furniture.
Okay.
It's
a nice location.
Yeah.
We got some good real estate here.
It's literally there's no other place. There's an In-N-Out in the corner of the parking lot, which is great. That's good for business. And then there's like 5 different furniture stores and then a comedy club.
That was almost a furniture store.
That was a furniture store that was shut down.
At one point it was.
Yeah. No, he had like a 500-person room and he put up this big curtain in the middle so he can turn it down to 250.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Make it look packed in there.
Oh yeah, make it look 250. Packed. Oh yeah.
That's sick, dude. That's what I love about comedy clubs, because like as you go to them and you start to explore the country and even all the cool spots in Ohio, you're like, oh, these were another business. Then in the 80s when this thing was booming, a bunch of people were like, I'm going to turn this shoe store to a comedy store.
Right.
This bookstore here, the perfect comedy store. I mean,
It's
happened
that's
over
a
and
good
over.
tie into my show tonight. Don't tell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's probably gonna be at a fucking.
It's at some outdoors place. I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's a good one. You're
Oh, it
gonna
is?
like you're gonna
Okay,
like
because
it.
the last time I saw you,
Downtown by the stadium. Yeah.
last
it's a
time,
nice
last time
area.
I saw Johnny, actually, I think it was the first time maybe we met. I'm not sure. Maybe it was in an office building that was abandoned,
Yeah, it was.
and that was not a good venue.
Yeah, that was a tough.
There
one.
was like literally, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it in front of this window that looks out to nothing.
Dude, I was at one of those recently, same space, but it had like 10 times more people because we had it was light. It was probably like 20, like 25 or 30
Yeah,
when we did it in that smaller little area. But they are now doing it in like that larger section, and it's definitely getting sweeter. I think you're gonna have fun tonight.
yeah. It's also the 8-year anniversary show, so tickets were discounted, and
That's
so
sweet.
it's supposed to be pretty decent. Hopefully, I mean,
Hell yeah, 8 years,
Knock
dude.
on wood.
It's a big number. Don't Tell's been around for 8 years.
yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's like the Comedy Central of like today. Real
Yeah.
talk. If
No,
you-
absolutely. Especially if you can get their Instagram account or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Yeah, dude. If you could, if you get on their Insta,
That's literally a credit now. People put I was on Don't Tell.
yeah.
Check the page.
Yeah. You can literally use it and be like, yeah, I've been featured on Don't Tell comedies.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Just as good as a club credit.
Exactly.
And you can do those all over the fucking country.
Right. I mean, imagine just being able to do Don't Tells every weekend and making a nice little bag.
It'd be great. Yeah. If you were closing them out, you definitely could go on
Yeah.
on a run.
This is like my tryout. I'm sure that somebody canceled, but I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm the guy they called, so
Yeah,
that's good. you know?
Exactly. Well, dude, there's levels to it, right?
Right,
We all
exactly.
know that.
We all know that.
We all know
Exactly.
that. We're just a couple of silly guys out here trying to be, trying to fucking tell jokes for a living. It's not easy, but I was telling somebody recently, I was like, it's discouraging at times, but then you'll have little milestones where you go from making tens of dollars to hundreds of dollars.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, well, if I can just stay on this trajectory for a while, eventually this should be like a real paycheck.
Like the real deal.
It's just about like trying to monetize it. It's somewhere in there, merchandise, sponsorships, stuff like that along the way, man. And like I think there's a real niche in comedy, right? That needs to be filled with like new faces and new people,
Right, absolutely.
and a new independent media. And I think that's just what all stand-up should be trying to do. It is definitely, we want to be recorded by Don't Tell. We want to be featured on those pages, but I think independent media is like the most important thing we can do right now, because like 10 or 15 years ago, before the big podcast boom, it was like a bunch of small creators like me and other people that were just trying to do shit for themselves. And then everybody saw how much success that brought. Everybody started just flooding the internet with fucking content and doing it. But a lot of people don't stay doing it.
Right.
Like there's only a small percentage of people that are going to be crazy enough that's only getting a couple 50, 100 people watching you, and you still do it over and over.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I've been doing it 13 years, right?
Yeah.
And you still get those like backhanded compliments from friends from like high school.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're not trying to be mean. They're like genuinely proud of you, but it's like, they're like, man, I'm proud you're still doing it.
They're also worried about you.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but no, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
but-
Well, when they don't see you like on Netflix or
Right.
whatever, they
They
associate it
yeah.
with comedy. It's like,
right.
oh, he must not be doing
Yeah.
good. But it's like, no, I'm fucking traveling. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
doing it. I'm going places I would have normally never been. They might be shithole towns sometimes, but I would have never been there.
Right.
It's a story, and it's like you meet people, and
Yeah,
then
dude,
more
you have
people
no
follow
idea
your
how
journey.
good the Buffalo Wild Wings in Waterford, Michigan is. dude.
Exactly. And if you do that late spot on Thursday, you can still hit B-dubs and get the BOGO.
Yeah.
Because that's all you can afford after you do that $40 fucking show and you drove 4 hours to get there. That's what comedy's about, bro.
I
Sheets has
know.
became like my best friend, dude.
Oh, man. Sheets. Are you a Sheets guy?
I'm not a Sheets guy.
Oh, man.
Like when there's literally nothing open, it's like
See,
I think the
w-
OG Sheets started in Youngstown, brother.
you
Oh,
get
really?
like
Yeah.
some drinks,
I
man,
believe it.
at Sheets. You get like there's some fresh
I-
fruit.
I
It's
mean-
fucking midnight. It's a gas station.
Don't get
but
me wrong. I
Going there at 2
definitely
a.m.
frequent Sheets, but like,
Yeah.
but it's, I mean,
We clocked that. Thanks for bringing it up. What's your favorite thing to eat from Sheets? If you had to pick.
If
I'm
I had
trying
to
to get
pick,
a
I like
Sheets
those little.
sponsor.
No, I mean I like desserts, right? So
Okay.
I go the little brownie squares, the little brownie squares in the small cup. I go those. Those are my go-to. Sometimes a donut hole.
I like the glazed cream filled donut.
Yeah.
The OG,
Yeah.
it's like almost like the Krispy Kreme original
Mhm.
with the glaze. I like a fucking vanilla cream donut that doesn't have chocolate icing on top.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's hard to find. Not many places make that. Sheets does it right. They do. Bro. This podcast is sponsored by Sheets.
Dude, I'm just trying to get Sheets sponsorship.
Yeah.
That's all.
That'd be great.
I just
We love
subtle-
Sheets.
I do subtle product placements throughout the pod. And,
Yeah.
you know.
We're not looking for Egyptian cotton. We're looking for fried food. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure it's the right kind of sheets, Pat, when you send these emails out.
And if we could get sponsored by an air conditioner company, that would be.
The
Please.
problem for me is that the Sheets is next to the Raising Cane's, and Raising Cane's is open till like midnight because it's like one of the only game in town.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna hit Cane's. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
There's a Cane's that's open till 1 right down the street from
Yeah.
Let me
Ricky's.
say something, guys. Cane's is overrated.
No, I like the sauce, dude.
No,
I'm a
it's
sauce
not
guy.
that good. It's
It is.
it's a peppery mayonnaise.
It's
No, it's
delicious.
not.
I'm gonna
It's
have
not
to push back.
It isn't a peppery mayonnaise, but
Listen, we've been
Zaxby's
Tony,
is better.
We've had a good relationship up until now, but I'm gonna have to give you a little pushback on the.
Listen, I'm not saying Cane's is the best, but
I don't think it's. I think it's overrated. It's mid at best.
Dude,
listen,
it's better
mid at
than
best
McDonald's.
compared to Wendy's that's operated by young African American teens,
Yeah,
or you go to Cane's and it's the adults working.
yeah.
I'm going to Cane's.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right, maybe they're doing their job over there. Because they get paid a little bit more at Cane's. But
Well, it's like the only thing open at 1 in, like after I leave Bricky's.
See, we
And
can
it's
have
like
these arguments all
Sheetz,
day.
you know?
Sheetz has better chicken, arguably.
The wait time at
Quit.
Sheetz is,
I quit.
is unbearable.
Dude, I would say Popeyes has a better chicken than.
Yeah, but they're not open
for
till
sure. They're not
so
open.
late.
they're
That's
not
the
open
thing.
late.
You got to remember, like, service is a big part of dining out.
Well, if you guys
Woods.
remember this, in Louisiana, they had a hurricane and everything closed at 8 p.m. And that's just how the people from Louisiana, Cajun style is just 8 p.m. close.
Yeah. Why are you
You
ever
ever
dinner
been
so
in-
late?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
You ever
They're
been
like, why
to
are
New
you
Orleans,
up?
There's a
dude?
storm coming. We have to board the fucking restaurant up every night. So we have to close
Johnny.
at 8 p.m.
It's
You ever been to New Orleans? That's not true. dude.
I've never been to New Orleans. Have you?
It's the best, dude. I love New Orleans.
no, never.
Yeah, I
been.
know it's not true, Pat.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
called a riff, you
It's
fucking
not-
idiot. What do you, dude? What's wrong with you,
I'm
bro?
sorry, yeah.
You're so close to AI replacing you.
I'm
dude.
just really hot.
Oh, it's so true.
You're so fucking. You're on a fucking thin thread right now, Patrick. You got about one more of those, and you're out of here. No, I need you.
The heat's getting to my head, dude.
Thank you for being here. You're out of here. Well, dude, this is. Let's talk more about you, Tony. You got this comes out on Monday. You got a show coming up in Youngstown.
Yeah, Youngstown at the Funny Farm, July 18th. I think tickets are like $20. Youngstown Funny Farm is a fantastic club.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, it's in the bottom of a Margarita King's, but it's got low ceilings, AC, which is really great.
I have to mention.
It's about 100-seater.
Is it cool you off talking about it?
Yeah, I'm reminiscing in the thought of it.
Yeah.
But it's a great little room. It's a fun comedy. Like you get a little bit of an older crowd, maybe late 30s to like early 50s kind of people, and
Yeah.
they're just there to have a good time, have a couple margaritas, and it's a fun crowd. It's always fun.
That sounds sweet, dude. Yeah, you guys definitely check out Tony. He's gonna be at the Funny Farm July 18th. You guys definitely go see him there. Okay, so you're 23. You're getting into stand up. You're hosting right away.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know with my experience in comedy, at least, you get like a really good week of comedy, and then you have like a lull for quite a bit,
Yeah.
and you have to stay in there. Now that's like a plateauing right away. It must have been a little depressing being an open micer for the next couple of years,
Oh,
right?
100%.
Right,
it
because you're
was.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a host. I hosted
Yeah,
this
I
place.
host
You
already.
guys know,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I'm
You
this
guys
guy.
know that I'm the guy that
Yeah.
hosts, right?
Well, then I started like so it's a desert town. There's nothing, So the comedy scene is what you make it. So we ended up getting a couple rooms for open mics at like this Irish bar called Shamrock's Pub. And honestly, it was as shitty as open mics can be. This is the best one you ever had, right? It's a bar that everybody goes to in that town. and they're there every night, no matter what, right? Like there's 30 to 100 people every single time you go there. And so even on Tuesday night when comedy comes around, they're like, okay, well, guess it's comedy and we're doing this now. And so I performed every single Tuesday night in front of like 100 people. And so I was like, I didn't realize how shitty open mics were until I started to venture out, you know? So I got like a really fucked up view of like how fun comedy could be.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I started to go, I was like, okay, Rick Rome, this is the guy, Rick Rome in San Bernardino. He's running a show. He wants you to come out. Okay, yeah, I'll show up. The show's at 9. I'm like, okay, I'll get there. I get there at like 8:30, you know? And there's nobody. The bar's empty.
Yeah.
And nobody's setting up a PA. And then 9 o'clock rolls around and nobody's there still.
Yeah.
The host, nobody.
Nothing.
And then it's 9:30 and you're like, okay, I guess I'm leaving. And then they start to pull in. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. This is
I've literally done
I've
done comedy to an empty room.
Yeah.
With a bartender who's like, I'm gonna go take a smoke break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna put me through this shit, kid. I gotta fucking take a Marlboro Light.
Yeah. So I was out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done fucking terrible mics like that. It's good that you were, honestly, you were on the grind though. You're out there.
Oh yeah.
You're doing spots every week as a young guy. And then do you get on the road? Does anybody to take you on the road? Do you get any big breaks? Do you get to open up for anybody big?
Yeah, Ralphie May early on.
That's really cool.
That was fun. It was my dad.
How'd you guys both get into a car?
No. I didn't. It was a whim kind of thing. So my dad was on his honeymoon. I'm maybe like 6-7 years into comedy. My dad's on his honeymoon with his second wife, and he's only has 2, so I don't know why his next wife, wife now.
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah,
your stepmom.
Yeah,
yeah.
And my little brother Jack, 36 years apart. I got a little brother Jack. Dude.
Nice, dude.
It's awesome. Anyways, my dad is on his honeymoon, and he goes to Ralphie May's show, and he stays to the very end to be the last guy, and he talks his ear off for like 30 minutes, and is like, you gotta help my son out. And so the guy goes, if your son could be here tomorrow, I can get him on the Dirty Show at the South Point. And so I drove the 6 hours to Vegas. Me and my wife, we dropped off the kids at like Oma and Opa's house, and we drove straight to Vegas like that afternoon. And I got to do a thing for Ralphie, and I got like the good pictures. You know when you get good pictures the first time?
Yeah.
And it's like
on stage.
Oh yeah, on stage, on the Dirty at 12:30.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy Gabe, who's the host, he goes, you don't understand. This picture is going to get you booked.
Yeah, exactly. He was right too, huh?
And he was right.
Yeah.
That was like as a nobody, like no, yeah, he was on the Dirty at 12:30 at South Point in Las Vegas. You know, like that was a credit. You know?
I mean, when you do tapes at certain places and you send them out and you're having a good set at a certain venue and people recognize it, they're like, all right, yeah, you can get the job off that sometimes alone just by the status and the recognition of like, oh, okay, he's doing this thing with the big shots.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll let him come and do some time.
Yeah, okay, maybe he could feature.
Yeah, a lot of these bookers are pretentious as fuck.
They are,
you know, and it's tough. And this is the thing: when you're a guy that's just like, got it. We have families. It's like we have a life, but we're also doing this every single week, every single night if we can. So it's like, maybe the social media isn't there or whatever, but it's like, you can do the time, and some people just don't want to give you the time of day.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so you just have to go and do the short sets. And
I get in where I fit in.
You have to, bro. That's the thing. This is a business where you got to, like, no matter what level, 7, 8, 10 years in the game, you got to like adapt and just be the fucking
moving back to Cleveland after being half of somebody where I was. And then moving to Cleveland, and is like, oh no, you're just an open micer again.
You had to start all over.
Oh, start from the bottom.
Yeah.
Go to the open mic and get bumped till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the dude? I gotta get. It's like this hasn't happened to me in a long time, and now it's happening. But then you go up there and you crush it, and they're like, wait, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then it's like all of a sudden it's like you're going out to outside to smoke a cigarette or do whatever you're gonna do, and you got a couple guys following you going, well, what's up, man? Who are you?
Yeah.
And then so it slowly starts to build, and then it's like 3 years. I mean, I'm already headlining shows and like in town and around town. That's like that's not too bad of a grind back up.
That's not at all, bro. Honestly, how long you been in the business for?
13 years, and every time
years?
I have 3 kids, and I took like a year and a half off every kid.
Yeah,
it's just those early years. I know you're dealing with it right now. It's tough.
It's tough, dude.
Oh yeah,
it's tough. Yeah, and I've been in the wind for the last like for the last year, honestly. Right before my son was born, I took like a month off. And then I took like 3 months off after he was born. But then, bro, this year it's been crazy. I mean, I've been like, I don't know. I've been on the road a handful of times, and I've opened up for like a lot of people that I've really wanted to work with, or that I was like, oh, this is great that I'm getting this. This is such a good credit. It's like so many good things has happened, but I'm like an absent father, bro. Like I'm not there all the time, bro. I'm always either at a mic or trying to work a couple hours a day. It's like it just gets tough, bro, after a while. But the fucking it is what it is, bro. The grind is real, and I spend as much time with them as I can when I'm not doing shows or I'm not on the road. You know what I mean? I'm probably home like one weekend fully every month, sometimes two. But dude, a lot of the times I'm out on a Friday or a Saturday night, and I'm at home for a couple hours a day in between. It sucks, bro.
Yeah,
It
that's
sucks
rough,
trying to find
dude.
that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a perfect example.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, right now I'm not there.
Yeah,
Doing
no,
a pod.
I'm fortunate, man. I'm blessed. I work from home. My wife homeschools the kids, so I'm around. Right,
Yeah.
I'm around, and then I also coach the little league team.
That's sweet.
You know what I mean? My boy, my oldest, and my son. So my daughter and my son are in the same team. You know, it's like it's the last year they get to play together.
Yeah,
And so yeah, no, I revel in all the time I get to spend with them. So I'm proud of that.
my kids are all homeschooled also.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck public school.
it sucks.
I remember trust me, I was a pushback guy, right? Like I was like, no, my kids are not going to be fucking weird. You know, I don't want gay kids. Like, no,
Yeah,
because I remember the kids growing up, right, that were in like homeschool, and it's like they had weird haircuts and they weren't allowed to have Dr. Pepper. You're like, what's wrong with you?
yeah, they were
You know?
weird. Yeah,
They were all weird.
Yeah, you got to make them cool.
Yeah,
You gotta
well,
make 'em
and
cool.
they wouldn't. They had to be home 2 hours earlier than you, and like
Yeah.
they had like strict parents, you know.
Right.
I'm I'm a normal ass dude, and my wife's, you know, she's a normal person, and she's doing the homeschool, and it's working out great.
Yeah, we love it, dude. I mean, my kids
guys-
are all testing really high.
Yeah, same.
They do. They learn at their own pace. Like,
yeah, 4
some-
hours a day or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. 4 hours a day, and sometimes they might not do it from until 2 to 6 p.m. It doesn't have to be get up at 7 in the morning and
Yeah, no,
Brush your
my
teeth.
kids
They
get to
have-
wake up when they want. and
exactly. Yeah.
So does my wife, which is a huge plus, right?
Yeah. There's a lot more.
I'm very
freedom with
strict
that.
with myself. I mean, like I said, I work from home. I get up at 6:30 and I rock and roll. You know, I go
Yeah.
straight to work till 3. You know, and that's my day. You know, but yeah, they get to do whatever they want, man.
Yeah. Same. My kids, yeah, they love it, dude. I mean, we're like, we don't want to let them have like tablet, screen, PlayStation time before they get the work done.
Right.
That has to come before they get the privilege to go outside or whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But they don't have to do it when they wake up. It's not. There's other things to do.
Yeah,
you know what I
absolutely.
mean. It's
yeah.
like get up and draw or write in your journal or something. Or
yeah,
like,
read a book.
be
or-
creative.
yeah, exactly.
Be creative, and then once you do the assignments, then they can kind of get into the screens for fucking 8 hours a day.
Right. No, yeah.
my kids.
In the winter, there's no way around it.
Absolutely
there's
not.
No, it's too.
You don't have enough screens.
If you don't let your kids have screens,
You don't have
there's
enough
something
in the
wrong
winter.
with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true.
Because
They're gonna need 'em.
they're going to need them in the future. They have to have. This is the argument I'm having with my wife. Let him have the tablet. Okay.
Yeah.
You know why?
It's gonna be his job.
It's going to be his job. Exactly. He's going to need to know how to upwards, backwards, everything. So just let him use it.
Yeah, teach him how to stream shit.
Yeah.
Get him a camera. Like
Yeah.
let him do it now, because that's the thing. If you don't do it when you're young and you don't do stuff, like I wish I would have started comedy earlier. You know what I mean?
dude.
I feel like the younger you are, when you get into the thing that you like, the easier your trajectory is going to be. You're going to
Yeah.
also be able to have a job that you love.
Dude.
You just you like playing video games? Start now.
Right.
Start now. Start filming it. Start showing people. Start
Yeah,
interacting
exactly.
with other kids online, and start now.
Yep.
Everybody out there, start now. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude. There's a
do
kid.
not wait.
There's a kid who was reviewing toys, making millions of dollars a year.
Yeah. His parents were fucking crushing.
Yeah,
it.
Ryan, dude.
His parents probably quit their jobs.
Oh,
years
they
ago,
did
and
quit it.
They're
Yeah.
all doing very well.
Well, now
for themselves.
there's yeah, dude.
Well, that is where it starts to be like there's like a thin.
You've
There's
had
a
the
thin gray line depending on how old your kid is.
Trust me, dude. I've had the thought 100 times a day, like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be the fat Blippy. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Blippy.
Just be YouTube dad.
Yeah, YouTube dad
Yeah.
and make millions.
I thought of it too, bro, but it
Dude.
almost feels like you're selling out.
It does feel like a sellout, dude.
Exactly. The
It's
comedy
like, come on,
feels
Blippy,
real.
you were doing double deckers.
The comedy feels real. dude.
He was doing double deckers on as a prank,
Yeah.
upper deckers, and now he's
Crushing it.
crushing it though. I mean,
Yeah.
but you sold out, Blip.
We missed the old blip.
Yeah. How about Blippy getting a fucking a face change? He's got a doppelganger. What is this, dude?
You think he's cloned, dude?
No,
What?
no. Blippy hired a guy to
Boys.
be him to be Blippy. That's
it-
how good Blippy's doing.
That's for real?
I'm not lying to
He
you.
has a stunt double that goes around as him.
It's a guy. But he's even on Netflix. He's like, this new Blippy is like the one that they sold to Netflix, and he's the Netflix Blippy.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
We're at 39 minutes.
We don't,
That-
hey,
that makes
listen, we
sense.
can talk at the back half of the episode. We can get spooky. We can get weird
Yeah.
on the back half. What's your favorite conspiracy, Tony?
Oh,
I know you
favorite
believe
one.
in one.
There's a bunch that I believe in.
Hey, Patrick, while we're talking about this, can you get some stuff in Q and ChatGPT? Can you pull them up? You don't have the computer tonight? Okay. Okay, you're good. All right. Yeah. Just look it up and then you can just read them to us. But
It's like I just don't want to say one that we all talk about already.
that's what I was gonna say. Just ask ChatGPT, say, give for entertainment purposes only, give me 10 of the best conspiracy theories. Let's
And I'll tell you which one I believe in.
that. Yeah, there we go.
That's the better. Yeah,
that's
because
the best.
if I have to come up with one, it's I don't know. you
I know because there's so many, and also you don't want to sound like a loon and be like,
Yeah.
I watched a 30-minute documentary about
Yeah.
this.
So you guys don't understand.
Oh
man.
yeah, we're ready. All right, so this is the ChatGPT's top 10 conspiracy theories.
I only got to 7 before it
excited.
timed out. Hold on.
7's good.
All right,
dude.
7's a good. That's a lucky number.
Edit it.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, Pat, do your job,
Good
dude.
job, kid.
Hey, ChatGPT, can you pull that up for me? I like the sound of that.
It took your voice. I didn't even have to look it
I
up.
like the sound of that, dude.
Denver Airport is a New World Order bunker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard that. Heard that one.
Paul McCartney died in 1966.
I've heard that too.
Yep. The moon landing was fake
And then he was
Oh,
fake.
we
by
all know
Stanley
that.
Kubrick.
Okay.
Birds aren't real.
All right,
Which-
that one is fake. I know that one's
Birds
fake.
aren't real might be my favorite.
No, birds
It's a
are
fun
real.
one, but
Have you never had a dead bird land in your yard?
I think it's mostly people say it's like pigeons.
you
but
guys seen that documentary?
have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Is the
There's a
that's a good one. Yeah.
There's a documentary about
I
birds
think I
aren't
have
real.
seen that
It's
one.
actually very interesting. So this kid, check this. This is actually very fucking silly. This kid starts hashtag birds aren't real, and he goes around protesting and holding up signs and starts protests about how birds aren't real and spend a bunch of money making a documentary. It's like a goof. And then it turned into a real thing, and now it's an actual conspiracy that
Oh,
the CIA makes all the birds and they're all just like listening devices.
yeah.
That's a fun one.
That is a very fun one.
it's a fun one.
But that's not true.
That's not 100%. That is not true. If
Yeah.
there's any conspiracy that I don't believe, it's birds aren't real because I watch.
Now, do I think that there
documentary.
are potential fake birds? Of course.
Sure, there could be
But-
out there.
like the
Say birds aren't
Incredibles,
real.
like the one bird when all right.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
so.
the fucking the Native Americans drew birds and made statues of them and stuff. It's like they were part of their culture.
Yeah.
Birds they wore feathers on their head. It's like were those drones too? Dude? Were the Native American birds drones too?
They were,
Yeah.
dude. All right. Finland doesn't exist.
Finland doesn't exist.
According to this theory, Finland is a made-up country used by Russia and Japan to fish undisturbed in the Baltic Sea.
What? Finland doesn't exist?
That's what somebody said.
That's what ChatGPT said. That's somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, ChatGPT. Okay.
The Earth is hollow and there's a civilization inside.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I've heard this. Dude.
I believe that.
I just heard this really weird. Story the other day.
The
about
bird,
this.
or no, oh, go ahead.
So it was this girl who. Okay, so this girl was reading a Reddit post, and it was about like a creepy roommate Reddit post. Have you heard these?
Yes.
Okay, so like a creepypasta is exactly what it was. So something like this. So it might have been that. It might have been that creepypasta girl, maybe. Is that a genre? That's a page. Okay, so it's something like this. So essentially, this girl, she was like really into yoga. She was like, didn't have social media. She ate super clean, and she was like a spiritual nut, like crystals, all this shit. And she was this girl's roommate. So apparently, one night the girl went on like she said she was going on like a health retreat. And she was gone for like a week, and she came back and she was all dirty and covered in sticks. And she said that the girl just flat out told her, like, hey, I'm from a tribe in Inner Earth, and like all the stuff I've been teaching you about manifestation and stuff, this is all real. This is all like vibrations and humming and all this shit.
We've all done Molly. I mean,
she was probably just at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
She was just wasted for 3 days in the tent.
The wood elves took me in.
Yeah, that's what she said. But apparently something happened to this apartment, and the girl disappeared, and she was never seen again. But she was this girl's roommate, and she told her she lived in Inner Earth. Now that's a good way to get out of paying your rent, but something interesting that I thought I'd tell you guys.
All right, Avril Lavigne was replaced by a clone named Melissa. I've seen that.
I have heard that too.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
My older cousin thought that he was in a relationship with Avril Lavigne from a chat bot thing.
Fuck, dude, that's crazy. How long did this go on?
Dude, I was in 7th grade, and he must have lived with us for like a year or two, and the entire time he was like, "No, I got to get on the computers." Because back in the day we had like
chat rooms.
Was his
but not even like the internet was terrible, right? The dial-up, right?
You couldn't get on the phone and the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's talking to Avril.
Yeah.
He's always is that new song about me, Skater Boy?
Yeah, it was yeah, exactly. His screen name was Skater Boy 69.
Yeah, 100% it was. Yeah.
Okay, dude. For the Avril Lavigne thing, I saw a video about this. It's like there are like little people say Easter eggs for that Melissa girl, where she's like wearing a necklace. It says Melissa on it. After she's supposedly, did she get into a car accident, or do you know what had happened?
It just says fans believe the real Avril Lavigne died in the early 2000s and was replaced by a lookalike. The biggest clue, her fashion sense changed, but that's like called getting money. I don't like
exactly.
making hit a song.
Shopping at the thrift store because my record
Now,
sold 1 million copies.
This next one is probably the most believable to me.
Okay.
Is CERN open a portal to another dimension? CERN, like the particle collider.
Okay,
and
so what is
Hadron Collider?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
CERN fired up the Large Hadron Collider. Some said it would cause the Mandela effect or merge parallel universes.
Do you think that's what's going on?
I think so.
You think we jump timelines today?
I honestly think
we can get a fucking AC in
As much as I joke about it, I'm like, yeah, whatever, you Berenstein bear asshole.
Yeah, I know, right? This is okay. So the Mandela effect. I like the theory. I love to fantasize about another reality because I like to think about the simulation theory, and if that's possible, then then the alternate reality theory also is possible. However, the Mandela effect can be explained also by like CIA sort of, if they can change our mind on something small like that, then they can like change history essentially, right?
Yeah.
So it could just be a big psyop, which is an experiment on the public to see if they can change your opinion on something that small.
This last 100 years could have been a psyop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking wrong.
When you're a baby and then you're like, you don't know. They teach you what they teach you, and that's what you think is the history, right?
The reality,
so it's like, I mean, all this shit could be made up, man.
Yeah, we have.
They won't let us into the Vatican books.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I can't read the real books. No, you can't go in there and read those.
Yeah, you think some people like to? There's another conspiracy that there are books left over from the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, 100%. There had to be.
What are you laughing at, Pat?
This next one is,
what do you got?
Mattress Firm is a money laundering operation.
Mattress Firm? It's a great name.
There's too many stores too close together, too few customers. Some say it's a front for moving money, not mattresses. Because if you think about it,
that's 100%
when have you
true.
ever gone in a store?
I've never seen anybody at Mattress
and
Firm
buy a mattress. Have you ever?
I bought a box spring from Mattress Firm, and it was a hassle.
Yeah,
it was. The guy was like, "What are you doing here?"
And they're always in.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They're always in like nice, like
real estate is very
real
expensive.
estate. Yeah, like can't think of the.
Okay, hold on. There might be
yeah.
something to this because I remember going in there going, yeah, I need a king size mattress, and he's all, well, what size? And I go, king size, and he goes, and he looks it up on his phone. So it's real, dude. That's a real one.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? He's like,
what's a king size? He's going.
I got a guy in here. Wonder real fucking. What do you want? What do I do? Tell me.
He says he wants the one in the store right now. He'll pay extra for it.
The fucking display. I just gotta get him out of here.
That's why you can't rip the tags off.
Yeah.
It goes deep.
And they wouldn't help me like load it on because I had to put it. I don't have a truck. I had to put it on like the roof of my car. He wouldn't help me load it or nothing. It was a nightmare.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, fuck you, guy. You think I
fucking just got out of the joint.
Yeah. You think I sell mattresses? I sell coke, you fucking.
That could be okay. So mattress firm is we've confirmed 100%.
I can't
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
believe that one.
Mattress. No, you can't hear me. Oh, did I touch it? I messed with the mic. Mattress firm. Mattress firm.
You talk.
Hello.
Is mic working?
Yo, mattress firm
My back.
is 100%.
I touched the cord a little bit.
No, we like. I'm the only one.
Did it work? Is it working? No, it's not back on.
Tech-
We can pause it.
I'm good. Okay.
All right, let's pause. Okay.
There's a click. I like the
Try
click.
that. Yeah. Is it working? Did I get turned down?
No, he's good.
He's good.
Boom.
Tony's is working. That's weird. I did mess with the cord a little bit. How's that? It's back on? Is it working? Okay.
All right.
Well, you know what? I'm sweating my tits off. How long have we been going?
We've been going 49.
49 minutes? Okay. Let me tell you guys one more conspiracy. And then so you're talking about money laundering through the mattress firms. Have you guys heard about Menugate?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Menugate, dude. You heard this, Pat? Menugate? Okay.
Oh, this is a good one.
Listening. This is a good one. All right, so this guy was living in this nice high-rise apartment building in maybe in New York City.
Yeah, somewhere
like that. Nice area, Manhattan, and he gets a Chinese menu on his door and he takes it inside like you do. And then the next day, all the menus and all the apartments were still on the door as if no one came home and like put the menus inside their house. Or, because when you open the door, it's going to fall.
Yeah, it's
You
going to
have
fall.
move
At
it.
bare minimum, it's going to move.
You have to move it. So a couple days goes by, all these menus are still on all the doors except for his door. So this guy's like, this is really weird. And he's like taking videos of the building outside. There's a lot of apartments with like curtains open and lights on. It's like made to look like people live there. So a lot of people were saying that it's like a glitch in the Matrix or something like that on TikTok. But I'm like, I think what it actually probably is, it makes more sense that it's like some guy from Dubai or some like Russian billionaire who's
Owns
laundering
all
money
through.
I have 1,000 apartment complexes in United States and they all occupy 1,000 units. I'm making $1 billion a year through that, right? And it's like they don't have to deal with it. They probably don't have anybody checking the numbers. I think that's most likely what it is. It's just people were like, it's a fucking glitch in the Matrix. Like, you're retarded.
No, it's a
not a glitch
guy.
in the Matrix.
Yeah, it's a guy, and it doesn't even have to be illegal. He owns all these apartments and he borrows against the value of them, right?
Exactly.
And
It's
so now
equity.
he's getting it's just equity that he's making money
Just
off
making money off.
So what's
off of
the
them sitting
actual
there.
conspiracy though? Like,
The
Is that
actual
it was a glitch
conspiracy
in the
that was a
Matrix.
glitch in the Matrix, but what it is just money laundering in plain sight.
of. Yeah,
I don't know what because people aren't taking their menus inside.
because he's the only person that lives in the building.
And it's like weird. He's like, is he in a simulation? He's like the only person
In
that
this
lives here
big
in
apartment
this giant
building?
apartment
Oh,
building.
you know what's a fun one from the simulation theory?
What's that?
Did you ever see your neighbors bringing in groceries?
Not that much.
No, you've never seen it. It's never happened.
That's kind of the bird thing. Like, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
I've never seen my neighbors bringing in groceries.
They go every.
What
How
the
often do
fuck?
you go, dude?
What the fuck?
I
We go
go-
a couple times a week. I have a big family.
Yeah, me too. I
There's
go
6 of us.
Yeah, exactly. I got 5. We go a couple times a week.
We have
You
to.
always miss something. You forget the burger buns or something. You're at the store.
I gotta check my rain cam.
Dude, I've never seen my neighbors ever bring
We,
in their
whoa.
groceries, dude.
Whoa,
That's a good one, right?
dude. This is a good one to end on. I'm gonna go home and I'm staking out my neighborhood for the rest of this weekend. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you should actually cut it together where it's like I'm fucking finding this out, and then set up your camera to
we
to
are.
see.
We're gonna do it, dude. I'm sleuthing this weekend. That's what I'm doing, baby. I'm the sleuth from Ice Age. All right, you know that was not a great.
Took me a moment to get
No.
it.
That wasn't great. I'm hot. My tits are sweaty. Tony, you're the fucking man, brother. Thank you for
thanks,
coming
dude.
and hanging out with us today
Anything else you want to
and talking with us. Yeah,
No,
you got
just the
anything?
show on the 18th. Follow me on Instagram, Tony Bowers.
Where are you
Live.
out of?
Cleveland right now. Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio. You guys follow Tony. Go see him at the Funny Farm. He's closing it out next month, and we love you guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, Pat.
How long do I have for this?